What's good, fellow disc golfers? This is the Wales Community Park video flyover. I know you're probably thinking, hey, I came for the disc golf course, not soccer fields and baseball fields. Well, I figured this was just a good way to justify how windy it can be here. There's not a lot of tree coverage, especially on the front nine. You're going to want to bring overstable discs and get ready for a little bit of a battle. Just a little off of the main road, you're going to park down by the pavilion that's coming into the bottom left hand side of the screen right now. Hole 1 just being a little bit right of it. Hole 2 is another short shot. A lot of trees to contend with. If you have a forehand, you can get up over the left side just to take a lot of the risk out of the hole, as well as an overhand. If all you have is a backhand, good luck threading the needle. It is really tricky. Hole 3 is going to be the nicest looking shot very early in your round. Be cautious of people who are putting out on 3 going over to hole 4. The wind does travel from left to right most of the time, and if you get something that turns over and you have a big arm, there's a good chance it's going to head over in that direction. It's labeled a par 4, but I think most of the bigger arms can reach the circle in 1, so play it accordingly. Four is wide open. Use any type of shot you're comfortable with to get there. It is a little deceiving, however, since it ends uphill, that you're going to need to put a little more power on it than you're used to if you're trying to get all the way to the basket. Turn left after you're done putting out, and that's where hole 5 is. When they mowed the grass like this, it actually looks pretty cool, this fairway. There are times in a casual round myself and others will play tall grass OB on the front 9. This one makes it a little bit more challenging and makes you think a little bit more rather than it just being a open 270 foot shot. Hole 6, even though it might be tempting to go up over the left hand side with a forehand, there's really no need, and it's more risky than anything else. Just use a backhand to get to this one. Seven, if your backhand isn't that straight, you're going to flirt with that right side tree line a little bit. It was sad a couple years ago when this basket was stolen. However, they replaced it with a fancy new Mach 5 basket. Hole 8, just past the bench in the background. For hole 8, it's going to be really tough not to find yourself in the ditch just to the right side of the basket. With the forehand, there's a good chance it's going to skip down the hill. With the backhand, there's a good chance it's not going to get up the hill. So I would say just play into the ditch and assume you're going to need to make about a 15-foot putt up the hill. Hole 9 is open and short, so we'll talk transition. Once you're done, you want to walk parallel to the parking lot in the south direction, past hole 18 and past a set of dumpsters about 30 feet, and that's right where hole 10 is going to be. So the back 9 is significantly harder than the front. Most casuals are usually going to stay on the front 9. With a daunting first shot on hole 10, you want to make sure just to keep it out of the water on the left side. Once you do, as long as you're over on the right side, it will keep your angle open to be able to get to this basket. To find hole 11, just keep walking down the tree line behind the basket. This hole is all of 400 feet. It really only looks about 340 or 350 from the tee box. However, if you don't put all your energy behind it, it's going to come up short. Really, the biggest mistake of playing hole 12 would be to go long into the tree line. Don't block your birdie opportunity by overshooting this basket. Once you're done, just pop in the woods behind the basket for hole 13. These next two holes are the ones that will affect your run-up the most. 13 and 14 have some short tee pads. If you're used to a longer run-up, I would advise you to disc up just to compensate for the lack of momentum you'll have on the tee pad. For hole 14, I would say don't be too afraid of all of the overhanging branches on the right side of the fairway. If you throw a backhand out that way and it gets caught in those, usually the disc will filter back into the fairway, no problem. It is a very long shot up the hill. Don't hesitate to go full pull on it. For hole 15, take a look at the angle of the hill. Any backhand you throw that starts to come out early is going to be exaggerated. I'll usually just go with the forehand, getting it to stick into the hill up by the basket before making your way over to hole 16 with that path on the right side. Hole 16, if you're going to throw the backhand, there are a lot of trees that you need to weave. I'll usually go with the forehand on this hole. However, that tree in the middle, you really got to pump something out over to the left side to beat it. Assuming you do though, it does set up a lot easier for that forehand. 17, you're going to walk left down towards the pond to get to that tee pad. Just a short open hole. There's quite a steep grade right off the tee pad. Just make sure that you crest the hill and you won't have any problems after that. Final hole 18, headed right back to where you parked your car. Just a nice hyzer, making sure to beat the pond. Don't risk it if you don't feel like losing a disc. This has been a Jump Hut Productions flyover. Thanks for joining me, be well, and remember to always throw them straight.